Okay. Apparently there's multiple options for recording. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started so that way everybody can be done at a reasonable hour, especially for you. Chris, I know you're a night owl. So this isn't late for you. But this is my wind down time usually, but when we're trying to, get everybody from West Coast to East Coast, this is the time we get, and this is what we roll with. So I am super excited, you guys. There's a couple of people I haven't met. I am Sarah Lees. I've been with Pampered Chef now for 16 years. I was a director about a year after, within the year of my first year signing up, scaled back some. While my husband was deploying a lot, he was military, and we did some moving. And a couple of years ago, almost 2 years ago, I decided to re-promote. And so I'm a director again, and I love social media. Most of my shows right now are virtual. It's just easy to work around me running my kids around and my crazy schedule right this minute. So I love it. And of course, I have friends and family all over the US and really all over the world. So it's easy to be able to get connections that way. All right. So when we host a party or a gathering in our home or out, or say we attend a gathering, what do we kind of do? Do we interact with others, or do we kind of just sit and ignore everybody? Hey, Connie. Go ahead and unmute if you want to answer. What do we kind of do? Chris, because I know you're unmuted.
We interact with people.
Yeah, we interact with people. I mean, you're kind of the weird one if you sit there and don't talk to anybody, right? We don't want to be the weird one. But it's the same on social media and virtual, okay? These meetings, these should be a kind of a two-way conversation. I mean, I'm talking at you and doing a training, but I'm going to expect feedback. I can actually see you guys, so I can look through and go, okay, I can see that they're getting this or not getting this. And on Facebook, you're going to be typing, or on Instagram, you're going to be typing and getting all of that information in that two-way feed, okay? That's where I kind of have been using that analogy with my host. I explained to them, we want this to be like this is a real life party, because what was the reason social media was even created? I mean, what was it for? Somebody can unmute. Yes, to be social, to connect with others, right? To connect with those people maybe from high school that you haven't seen in years, or maybe you move across the United States and meet somebody new. So that's why social media was made, okay? Let's use it to our advantage. I mean, this world of technology, they talk about how people feel less connected than ever because they're not truly connecting. I mean, they're scrolling through, but the emotional response is not there as much. You can create it. It's just being intentional about it. So doing a few different things will really help to create a customer base, create fun shows, and really make business much easier. And they're really small things that once you figure out how to tweak them and figure out how to do it, you're going to have a lot of success. So, I mean, the biggest thing, and we'll hear more about it as we go in the trainings, is host coaching, okay? You want to team with your host. You want to partner. You use those words, we work together, because it's not about what you're doing for them. I mean, you want them to get free stuff, right? You want them to fill their kitchen with tools to save them time, effort, and money, right? So we want to make sure that we have our host excited and buying in to doing what we're asking them, because we're the social media expert. We're the ones that are going to say, do this and your party's going to be great. Now, disclaimer, Virtual shows and can be like a regular catalog show where they can be a little hit or miss. And really sometimes even like a cooking show. You can hit friends at a bad time where your friend network just does not have a lot of money. You can hit it to where you have a host that has crappy friends. Seriously, some people do. They do not connect well with their friends, and it's very hard. It's a lot harder for them. So understand that you will still have these things, but more of your shows, if you follow these tips, are going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they're going to be much higher in sales. So then it's more bang for your buck. You're working smarter and not harder, okay? Okay, so virtual shows, Pampered Chef offers an outline. Does everybody know how to find, if somebody does not know how to find how to get to the virtual show outlines, please unmute and let me know and I'll walk you through how to do that.
I would like.
Okay, let me share my screen and I will walk you through it because it's very important to know how to find all of that marketing imagery that Pampered Chef gives us. Don't recreate the wheel if you don't have to, right? Let's make it easy. All right, let me go on to here real quick. Okay, so Consultants Corner, everybody, your homepage should look like this. I want to make sure I'm still logged in. Okay, so you can go through and go to marketing images, or you can go to full site and then click through. Marketing imagery, there's promotions. This is where you're always going to find the specials. They have some fun flyers you can always use that are PDF. Social ones, like right now, all of the new products and new images that they've come out with are in there for you to share, okay? And then, of course, they always have videos. But here, the party theme. If this doesn't show up for you, you haven't done the party training yet, okay? So just know that you have to do the party experience training to see these. And you're going to go to virtual.
Sometimes I worry as a mom. I would do like dinner.
All right, now sorry, I wanted to get up. Stupid little thing underneath, hold on. There we go. I always hate it, always ends up opening right where I don't need it, and it pops down. Okay, so you can take a tour. There are trainings where it shows you guide to a successful party. It gives you a video of like a scrolling of how the post would look on Facebook. So that's all super handy. I'm not going to walk through that extensively. There's even host coaching posts. These are little pictures that you can use. So you see, be the host with the most, encourage them to book their own party. I'm telling you guys, I have found when I get my host on board with helping to ask her friends for bookings, it actually works much better. They generally will tag somebody or they'll message somebody and ask. But okay, and these are posts that you can do or have your host post. Pampered Chef gives us all of these resources, okay? Super easy to have. Now, there's party themes. They're changing every month or two. They're adding and subtracting things. They'll even change the recipes. So like, let me do the fast and fresh weeknight meals. These have been around for a while. The images will change to add new products, new recipes. It walks, okay, these are the posts that you need for setting up. This is gonna show you a mock outline. These you're invited and click going are things that you can have your host put on their wall to draw attention to. I'm gonna tell you, images are what people look at the most. That's why Instagram is so popular right now. So there are some fun little things that you can do for setting up, and it's gonna show you the outline guide. And then there's the party kickoff, the party time post. There's videos that you can use. A lot of times these videos I will actually download them and put them on my YouTube, and I think Pampered Chef may even have them on YouTube. But you can also just upload them directly to Facebook as well. But there's a ton of the tools that you can use to be able to show like a quick little 30-second to a minute video on how the product works. Especially if you're not doing not doing a live demo yourself. So they have everything. I mean, they show you how to set it all up and everything. Okay, so does that make sense, Shauna?
Yeah, does it give you like more of like a timeline?
No, the timeline is up to you. Some people will do a 1-day party. Some will do a 3-day. Some will do a 5-day. So they kind of give suggestions. You know, our market research has shown. I think they said 3 or 5 days. You know, somewhere no more than about 8 posts. Now there are a lot of consultants that do more that have success. So if you find something that's working for you that's not like the norm, then do that. But I've lately done mine because I've found that more people are checking in the evening. The bulk of my posts are actually in the evening. I do a game first thing in the morning, and then I do a like a little bit at lunchtime, because some people, you know, stay-at-home people or people who have the freedom at lunchtime do like to be able to scroll through Facebook, so it's nice to have those on there. And then the evening, I have the bulk of my stuff and wrap-up stuff, because more people are on there, and that's when they're getting on and responding anyways. So I would rather have the notifications popping up.
So they show, I've seen the outlines before, and I don't know, forgive me, it's been kind of been a while. And I haven't actually held a party in, gosh, 9 months or more. So it's been a really long time, and I'm trying to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why last time I was doing parties, we were kind of given an outline. So, and I understand that we need to make one. So now I'm like, I don't know what to do without that. So
yes. So now you have this. Are you still using SyncShare, or are you manually posting?
I have it. I just haven't had a party. So yes,
okay.
I do.
So you can still do it. Somebody can share the outline with you still, but you really need to make sure you customize it.
Yeah.
It's up to you. It all depends on, you know, what your upline wants to do with it. But this makes it really easy. So then you really can just pick generally what you do. What I do is actually, I should have left Facebook up. All right, let me pop Facebook back up. I'm going to show you.
I think it's one of those things where I'm kind of making it harder on myself than it probably is.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you overthink these things. You're like, oh, I need to have this, and this needs to be, you know, it needs to be perfect. First off, the biggest rule of social media, and I'm going to talk more about it, be you. Do it in your, do you want to see these things? Do you want you want it to be reflective of what your personality is and what solution that you're doing? So, you know, we have the mega show that we did right now. And of course, this is a little bit different, slightly different format. But what I did was I did the first 2 days of products. So I've been doing like product groupings. And then the final day I did all recipes and games and questions and stuff. So it's just a little bit different on how I did mine. And let me see if I still have my mystery host show up here. And I did a mystery host show, and let me see if I can find it. Okay, here's one of my recent host ones. This one was not a great show. There was not a lot of comments, so it'll make it easy because then it's kind of in reverse order. So right. I always post a couple of things as an announcement. The things that I want them to keep, like the check-in post, how the show works, and the specials, where my group is, and, you know, the order link, you know. Yeah. So generally speaking, sorry, I had to wait for it to reload. You want to, and see, here's all my announcements here at the bottom, and my setup of stuff, where I explain how all the games and stuff work. Everybody does their games a little differently. This is a get to know you post that I have, a little 60-second, one of the Pampered Chef videos on recruiting. Then I usually do a live video the first day of the show or the night before the show kicks off to explain how it all works. Okay. I know many people hate going live.
We gotta get used to it.
It is. You know, like right now, I feel stupid. I can't stand looking at myself. I can't stand being on the video. But at the same time, I know my friends and my family, they like seeing my face. I like the two-way conversation. So I need to get, like, you got to get over yourself to a degree, and because it does benefit. And Facebook algorithms, and we're going to talk about that with the live, it's helpful to be doing lives. So I have several products. You know, I'm talking about this. You know, I decided to do like microwave stuff, and then the brand new stuff that came out March 1st, and then I had recipes for some of those products that I use. So I break it up. You wanna you know, you want to keep it casual. You want to talk about those problems that you're solving, why these tools are great. You know, try to keep what I do is if I'm doing multiple products in here, I usually separate them so somebody can skim through, and I make it very obvious of which product is which, so they can read through it. And I ask a question in virtually every single one of my posts, whether it's a which recipe would you try, or what would be your favorite, which tool do you have, or which tool do you want, because then that's a call to action to get somebody to respond. So then you're having that two-way conversation to be able to respond to somebody. So ultimately, you do it however you best feel comfortable with doing it, and see what works. You may have to play around with it a little bit before, you know, you find what works for you. So no matter what you do, just, you know, all right, this really works well, I'm going to stick with this. Okay, so is that helpful? Okay, perfect. All right, so any questions on that from anybody? So I'm going to stop share. So let's talk about some of the ways we engage and keep the party flowing, if you will. One of the things, like I said, we want to go live. Today in my social media training, it was funny, she was talking about the algorithms. All social medias have it. She explains it like it's a highway. There are so many people on social media and so many posts coming in. Not everybody can see. I can't see all 1,100 of my friends' post every single day. So they use this algorithm and say, oh, this one's starting to get likes. This one's getting comments. This is getting attention. So more people are going to see that post and be on the highway, if you will, okay? So that's what we have to understand. So that's why they'll even go, oh, this looks really salesy. I'm not showing that to anybody. So if you ever have something that's kind of salesy, you're wondering why nobody's commenting, well, it's because Facebook's not showing it to anybody, okay? So think about that. Think about how you're engaging people, how you want to reach more people, how you're drawing people in. Going live regularly is helpful. Posting regularly, like in your VIP group, it's helpful. So and when we're in the party, we want to make sure if somebody comments on a post and they'd be like, oh man, I love the quick cooker, this is what I make in it, you know, you make sure you comment and go, oh, I love the feedback, I love that you do this, have you tried, say X in that, or that is my favorite thing to make. You know, continue to get to know them, because they want you to comment and they want you to respond to them. They don't want to just put something out there and have no response, okay? Because they will stop commenting. They really will. When, you know, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask, hey, have you tried this yet? Or have you tried this recipe yet? When somebody comments, to continue on the conversation, because you want them to feel like they're getting to know you, right? That's the big thing. So that means that while you don't need to be tied to your phone all the time or your computer all the time, you do need to make sure you're intentional about checking in and responding to people in your group. Something to note that I have learned lately, some of the apps do not always show every single post in the group. So you may have somebody that's commenting, like you didn't get a notification, but it's not popping up on the app. I would suggest, if you're only using phone, that you actually go onto the web browser version and check it out there, because then you will know that you're not missing posts. Because I'll be scrolling through and I'm like, man, only half my posts are showing up in this. No wonder why people don't see it if they're only using the app. So I've been warning my hosts that sometimes that happens too. So just knowing this information is helping you to be able to share this with your host, right? Anyways, so you want to make sure you're understanding how this all will be engaging with your host, okay? Okay, sorry about all the noises. I'm getting notifications left and right because, again, it's evening and everything's coming up all at once. So be yourself. That's why, like, I mean, using the outlines is great. I mean, it's good to see what the flow somebody else has, but you really have to make sure you look at the wording and you change it. Like Yvonne says, yes, yes, a lot, right? Is that you? I would never say yes, yes. That is not me. I am not going to change that. Mary said, I can't remember what Mary says. She has something that she says more frequently. I have things that I say more frequently, and I have things that I am more passionate about than say Chris, you know? So our tone should be very different in our parties. But you have to make it you, because we want people to see this is who I'm getting, and then you're gonna build an audience. I promise you, you will get people to be like, she is the best consultant ever. She helped me with this, or she knows her stuff. She shared this. She got me hooked on this, and it's amazing. You want that, right? Another thing is be excited. I have no problem with being excited. I'm a very positive person by nature, as you guys, anybody gets to know me. I am an optimist by nature. I am very optimistic. I'm going to turn just about everything around to be a positive. I can't stand a ton of negativity. So you will see me being super excited, even about the worst of the specials. Like, I don't love the February guest special this month, but I'm not going to tell anybody that. I'll be like, hey, and check out these. You know, I do love my trivets, but I don't think it's my favorite guest special, but nobody else but now you guys know that, right? Every month is a great month to host. I love saving people money. I love helping them get products in their hands, because guess what? What do these products do for people? They help them save money because they're not having to eat out. You're saving time and effort in the kitchen to where you're able to spend more time with your family and friends and make more memories. Or maybe you're teaching your kids those life skills, or maybe you're cooking together, or you and your spouse love to cook together. It makes it easier. It makes it more pleasant. It makes you look like you're a better cook than you really are. Really and honestly. And the stuff lasts for so long. Do you know how many customers that I have? They go, oh, I've had this 20 years. I've had this 25 years. Like, I had a customer last night asking me if I still had this bread spreader, a butter spreader that used to sit on the side of the bowl. I'm like, girl, I have no clue what you were talking about. You guys, it was like I didn't come in when they had like that chicken logo where it was like sitting on a nest. I didn't cut 16 years ago. That was not even, so she had that thing 20 plus years ago. And she's like, oh my gosh, my dad's going to be so bummed. It's finally wiggling. I'm like, you were probably using that $3 spreader for 20 years. You know, it's awesome. I love it. That's what we share with people, right? So, when we do social media, we want to make sure we watch our wording. We want to make sure when we're posting, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use, mostly, you want to use multiple things. It's good to build different audiences. But you don't want to look salesy. You don't want to sound salesy. You don't want to sound desperate. I don't care if you have 0 shows on your calendar. Do not even tell anybody that. Do not be like, hey, I need your help. Because you know what? You might get 1 or 2 people, but generally speaking, it's not going to get a lot of feedback. My posts that get the most responses, every once in a while I'll get one when I'm offering a host gift from some of my hosts that I know that they're coming close to needing to host again. They'll comment, but a private message usually works the best for that. The things I get comments on most, like right now, I'm sending out new catalogs with a golden ticket in it. You guys, Lisa, I think I sent you this copy of the golden ticket. But it just says you're a winner, and then it says please contact me, and you can either get an additional $20 in free products when your show hits 250. And I put newly booked show within 60 days because sometimes I send them to a host that's already booked. Or they get free shipping on their order of $75 or more, and they have to redeem it in March or September. So,
quick question.
Yeah.
Why do you say 250? Is that your
Just
number?
because it's a little past, because I'm paying $20, you know, the $20 product, then I'm making them go past that minimum. They're thinking a little bigger. That's the only reason. I didn't want to quite go to 300, but 250. Actually, 90% of my hosts hit 250, but I just want them to know that it's a little above that minimum. You know, you got to try for it. So it's just that mental thing. You know, it's like when you price a product at like $99.99, well, it's less than 100, for less than $100, you can get this. Or a house for $499, you know, $99, you know, it's different. So, hi, son. So look, my kids are big and they still come in. It doesn't go away. Okay, so those are those type of things that we want to be careful when we do. Now, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody and message them and say, hey, I have a couple of, oh, you're going to, okay. You have a couple of openings and you would love to get them because this special is great. Maybe you know they love, say, rock crocs. Be like, hey, I know that you love rock crocs and you've been talking about getting some. We have this special. I would love to get you on the calendar. Give them 2 dates. Book them in as close as possible. If they, hey, that won't work for me, can I do a different day? Well, yeah, of course you can. But those messages sometimes are more personal and it's less salesy, but don't ever hesitate to put things out there about your business. But make it personal. Like say you're sharing the business opportunity. Well, share, hey, you guys, I love Pampered Chef. Here's what it's done for my family. Here's the problems it's solved. What kind of problem can it solve for you? Just do those seeds. And I didn't say let's talk or comment. Just put those seeds out there occasionally. Somebody eventually, you're going to strike up a conversation and be able to fit that in at some point. So, but offer a solution to a problem. Chris, maybe you're passionate about healthy eating, okay? That's your track, that's you. You are solving that problem, simple solutions, right? Shauna, maybe you love to prep ahead and meal plan. Erin, maybe you're the queen of freezer meals. You're that expert. Offer that solution. Now, not everybody's going to love that, but they love that you have something that you're passionate about and you're solving problems. So you're more likely to be able to solve their problem, right? Because, yeah, some people just are too busy or they think they're too busy to cook at home, right? Because mentally they just don't want to. They hate cooking. Well, Pampered Chef can make it easier, right? So we want to offer that, whether it's in our Facebook group, Facebook business page, in our shows, whatever. That's the theme that we need to have, right? And keep it fun and light. But those type of things are really good to have. So you guys do know that YouTube is a form of social media, right? So if you are downloading, now I know Android and iPhone, but I don't know about some of the other ones. When you do on the app and do live, do you know that before you publish it, there's a little spot that says save? You can save the video that you just did and post it to YouTube. So most of my live videos, permitting I remember, or I have enough room on my phone, I post to YouTube and put them as a public video for somebody to find. Because I think they're helpful. I think it's good to have that resource there because a lot of people are on YouTube, and why not maybe grab somebody else that's a customer wanting to contact you, right? Instagram. Pampered Chef is giving us these beautiful images. Why not use them? There's no harm in it. They have Instagram business pages. They have Instagram TV. They have Instagram, you have live videos, a lot of resources. Use them to your advantage. Just, remember, you want to connect with others. Something to do, and I've seen other people do this lately, and this is why I'm mentioning, don't ever friend somebody unless, like they're wanting to host a show and you friend them and message them. That's a whole different thing. But don't ever have some new friend and then right out of the gate message them, tell them what you do and how you could help them. Because more than likely, you're going to get unfriended real fast, okay? Or they're not going to use you because the only reason why you're being friends with them and connecting with them is because you wanted a sale. We're here to share things with other people. It's not about us. We need to make it come through on social media. So the wording you use is super important. Personally brand yourself. Whatever it is, let people get to know you. On your shows, in your normal day-to-day posts, in your Facebook group. If you don't have a Facebook business page or group, get one started. Right now, Facebook is showing more, it's easier to get a business page rolling than a group right now with the way the changes have gone. So I'd suggest if you haven't started a group, just start a business page. Less restrictions on that. Plus, I use my business page to do all my posts for my parties. Because then there's no picture restriction. I link all of my groups to my parties. It's so much easier. My activity isn't as good. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, can you explain that part?
What, the business page?
Yeah, you link all your parties?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me share and I'll pop up on my Facebook and I'll show you on there. My screen I want. Okay. So and of course, hold on, I gotta wait for it to hide up there. Go away. All right. Okay, I did close Facebook. All right, hold on, let me reopen. I didn't want the notifications dinging at me. It'll sidetrack me easier. All right, so I'm gonna go to my show that's going right now, and I'll show you how to link to your business page. All right. So under the more spot, on mobile, it's a little different area. It doesn't say more. You're going to go to edit group settings. And on here, this is where you can edit like the name, the description. You now, of course, if you're using a third-party posting service like Post My Party or SyncShare, you do have to add them. So you add them as an app. You link your page. You just click link page. And then I've already picked mine. Nobody does Pampered Chef like Sarah Lee's. You can choose your color, all that kind of stuff. And then just click save. That's all you have to do, and it'll automatically show up on your page as a link group. And let me go to my page and I'll show you what I mean. All right. Okay, so on my page, it shows, see here on the left, it says groups. I'll have a bazillion of them. So all my groups are right here. So I can share these groups. So say I want to share my business group, I can share that. Maybe I'm doing a party that I want to get other people in, I can share that. I can invite people to be part of that group, anything like that. And I can link groups that I have already created from here as well. I just always do it through the settings. Make sense? Okay, good. Okay. Thank you for asking the questions. I appreciate it. Because I want this to be for you guys, because I think sometimes the hardest part of this business is figuring out how to get people to respond and see your post and want to help you. I know I've personally had a lot of consultants, like they're like, I can't get anything. And I'm like, here, try this wording. And they'll be like, oh, yep, already got a booking. Because it's that slight tweak on how you ask, you know. I help somebody says, hey, what do you do for, I'm actually going to look it up right now. She says, hey, what do you do when you Facebook message say a Facebook friend that you don't talk to a ton? And I'm sorry, you guys. My allergies are killing me. So, okay. Let me find it. Okay. So she says, hey, what do you do with this? So I sent her some wording and tell me what you guys think. I said, hey, and I said, can you believe February is almost over? I can't. This year has flown by. I hope you're able to enjoy life while keeping busy. I know it's a balance that you have to have. I wanted to reach out to you because I'm super excited about the Pampered Chef's new catalog. I'm looking for people who love a good excuse to have fun or who love to eat, or both. I have a few March and April virtual and in-home show dates that I'd love to help you, love to get you in to help you save money while finding solutions to those issues we might have in the kitchen. All right, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Of course, if you aren't interested, that's cool. We can still be friends with an exclamation point. You can put a smiley face or, tongue out, whatever. If you're in it, if you are interested, which works better, March or April? Thanks for being my friend. Have a great day. So it's one of those things where a lot of times I know some people are like, I don't get permission to say no, but when you're reaching out like that and you haven't talked with them, you let them know, hey, if you're not interested, we're good. I'm okay with that. But I thought of you in this. So you could say, hey, I thought of you because I'm always seeing you posting recipes. I think this would be a great time for you to host. Customize it to somebody, but share with why you do, interact and engage. Don't just cold ask, hey, will you host the Pampered Chef show for me? Unless they're like a really, really close friend or family, they're probably not going to, okay? So just so you know, it's all in that wording and how you ask. Okay, let me see. All right, any questions? Is there anything that I need to color to, cover that I haven't already? I can go with questions for the next little bit. I can go over some more information. What do you guys want to hear? Anything? Nobody's got anything? Who's got something? Anything? Questions, comments, concerns?
Sarah, it's Lisa.
Hey.
So sometimes when I'm doing my virtual parties, I tend to be more like making statements about products and stuff. How do you turn that into questions and solving problems?
Okay. So give me a product that you want me to give an example for.
The manual food processor.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So manual food processor and not food chopper, in my opinion, overlap a little bit, okay? Because a lot of people actually will use the manual food processor for onions, okay? Same with food chopper. How about making quick work of doing things like those daunting tasks of doing things like making guacamole, salsa, maybe some other kind of random sauce because it mixes and cuts all at the same time. Gathering, so sauces, baby foods, chopping anything. Those blades are super sharp. So it's one of those things, it's compact. It doesn't require energy. It has a lid to be able to store leftovers that you might have. So say you have leftover salsa after making a salsa in like minutes, or I use it the most for guacamole. I love to use it for guacamole because it makes it smoother. Okay, so make quick work. The handle, the pump locks into place. It's easy to clean. It all comes apart easily. The blades are super sharp. So maybe not crying when you're doing onions, right? Maybe being able to chop and mix all at the same time. It's easier than getting out that big, bulky, loud electric food processor, right? I have a regular food processor. I don't use it unless I have like a really big thing I need to do because I can't stand how loud it is and like it's extra work for me to go to get it out of my pantry, right?
So you would like present it as the solution to a problem.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Okay,
hey,
I
who
get
has, have you ever, gotten mad that you're crying while you're chopping onions, or really like you stop making guacamole because it's such a pain to mash and mix, and the manual food processor can, solve those problems. Great warranty, all that kind of stuff. Use that, right? Those little things, the rock crocs, right? They can go anywhere. They're a perfect thing for being RVs, because you can use them on the stovetop, you can use them on the grill, you can use them in the oven if you have one, or microwave if you have one in the RV, whatever, right? So you can make a one-pot meal and put it in the stupid stand that we have. It's amazing, you guys. So those things, those are like those features and benefits, they call it. Because every product has a feature and benefit sheet where they talk about those things. So it's learning about the products and being comfortable. What do you use your manual food processor for, Lisa?
Well, tonight I used it for chopping onions and green peppers at the same time to put in my meatloaf.
And how easy and fast was it, right?
Like 30 seconds.
Exactly. That's what you share, because it's real life. And would you do that if you had to manually chop it all?
Yeah, no.
No, exactly. So that's why a lot of people don't do a lot of these meals and don't want to cook, because it's a pain in the rear end. So we're solving a problem and making it easier, because then you're making quick work of making your meatloaf, right? So.
Yeah, sorry, I keep muting myself.
No,
I've got my
I hear the
grandkids.
kids. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right, so who else has a question? What else can I do? All right, so we're good on social media. I'm going to see all sorts of strong virtual parties. We're going to work on those, keeping our guests engaged where possible. I will tell you, even the best of outlines occasionally will have crappy shows. Do not ever get discouraged. You're going to have those shows. Host coach, host coach, host coach. We are going to go into more host coaching. That's why I really didn't talk much about it. But it is important. Engage with your host, get them to be commenting, and get those handful of people commenting, and it will continue to add up and get more and more comments. Following up, those personal messages. The personal messages connect you with others, okay? It is important for that connection. If you're not connecting either with your personal brand, being authentic, having, a solution to problems, you're going to have a hard time really keeping repeat customers and keeping people excited about what you're offering. Anybody else? All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, I'm going to let all you lovely people go for the evening. And we will talk with you soon. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys got something from it. So great. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Drop me a message, whatever. I am here to help. I want to see everybody excited and thriving with their Pampered Chef business on social media, because this day and age, what a lot of it is, we need to be savvy and being able to navigate this stuff and knowing these algorithms and how groups work, and how you should interact and watch that wording and think about how you need to post. Really very helpful. So, but don't overthink it, have fun with it, and enjoy what you're doing. So, all right, guys, have a super